Greetings survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here once again to brighten your Friday with yet another update on the most eagerly awaited patch to Rust since that one with the stuff. Look, you love it really, otherwise you wouldn't keep coming back. This is going to be a roundup, a lot of it I've already told you, kind of, but there is some new stuff I promise. And some changes. But first, if there's something you like about this vid, no matter how small, please consider flicking the like and sub buttons at some point. So, hardcore mode, here it is. There are some official servers running it, which I believe have been quite popular so far. Early days, of course, but it's good to see a stripped back version at least available, because, let's face it, you've had it far too easy for far too long, and frankly, you're all getting a bit soft. Embarrassing. Anyway, as you should know by now, this optional game mode, which can be activated by server owners either in the config or on the fly, removes all sorts of molly-coddling fluff from the game that's built up over the last few years, such as global chat, the compass, the team system, safe zones, Rust Plus, and most importantly, the map in any form. A stunning and brave move, which by its absence actually adds to the game. Underwater labs are certainly fun to find. As well as this, there is a 5 sleeping bag limit and blueprints wipe monthly. There is still a crosshair though, the reasoning being that blue tack is still relatively cheap. For now. The new furnace UI is here now. Gone are the days of all-purpose slots and maximising your efficiency through perfectly calibrated stackage. Now you just pop everything in and press go, a bit like going from a manual to an automatic. I can certainly understand the disdain for control being taken away from you and the removal of the satisfaction of being able to say, this baby's working at maximum efficiency and it's all because of me, the way I stacked it. I did this. I'm great. They call me Little Johnny Stacker. And of course, you can no longer smelt or cook more than one thing at a time in the same furnace, although it is possible now to queue ores/meats. But as to any arguments against these changes from the angle of speed, and I must admit here I haven't had the time to do an in-depth comparison and get exact figures yet, maybe you can add to this in the comments. From what I'm told, smelting speed is actually as fast or faster than it was before. Capacity is also the same, apart from only being able to store food in barbecues, etc. But what I'd really like to know from that tiny minority of you who are complaining about all this over the last few weeks, have you actually tried them yet? If so, how do you feel about the change now? Talking of capacity, an unexpected buff worked its way in with this month's patch. You see, Rust used to be simple. The most you ever needed really was a rock and a dream. And perhaps a bit of wood, and the dream didn't take up much inventory space really, but over the years, just like in real life, we've accumulated more and more tat thanks to all these regular updates. Now we've got components, electrical items, fish, berries, tea, 14 kinds of gloves, scuba gear, the entire Vauxhall Car Parts catalogue inventory, plants, seeds, potatoes, horseshoes, spiders, and still no pies. But my point is, where do you keep it all? What's the solution? Get rid of stuff? Don't be silly, this is a game for loot goblins now. The solution is, of course, more slots in containers. And so now, bang! Small wooden boxes have 18 slots and large ones have 48. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. In other changes, the coaling tower was switched up a bit. It now has a tradesman's entrance at the top where the suspended bridge is. You still need a keycard to get in this way. It's just a little bit sneakier and good for making a sharp exit if you need to. There are new reclaim and drone marketplace models as shown previously, because the ones we've been used to were just placeholders and subject to change. In quality of life, the UI when harvesting will show a single running total rather than lots of individual pickups, which helps with performance. Zip lines should no longer get blocked by trees, and there's a new option in the experimental settings to enable optimized loading for faster loading on SSDs, so give it a whirl if that applies to you. There were a number of fixes too. I can't remember which ones I've mentioned already, but you can read about all of them on the dev blog or pause here. There was a long-standing bug squashed which saw players take full damage after respawning, one that stopped small signs being deployed on boxes. The flickering water issue with TSAA has been resolved, huzzah! And Happis received a big round of fixes this month to sort out problems with holes in the map and killer road surfaces, along with better road tunnels. Over to works in progress now, and I don't have anything yet that I can show you on pets, lockers, or the new Nexus ferry terminal as I've mentioned in previous vids, but an image did sneak into my possession today of the new Caboose train wagon being worked on, which from the commit seems to be developing into quite a seedy joint if you ask me. There's a definite theme going on here with mentions of a poker table, slot machines, and blackjack, from which the neon sign that says blackjack appears to be what this new terminal at the back's about. What a time to be alive. It seems that this could well be a type of wagon that spawns just like the others for players to pick up and trundle around with, and hopefully it won't be long till we can shuffle on board one. Let me know what you think. Is this an ace move, or are you having a hard time dealing with the idea? Right, that's me. I'm off. Hope you're now all up to date. If not, well, sorry I tried. Leave a like, sub to me, follow me on Twitch for streams, Twitter, Friendface, Discord, and my Steam group for updates, and support me if you like through Patreon, YouTube memberships, or my merch store. Links below. Should catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. This video is powered by AWDIT's producer range of workstation PCs, available now at awdit.co.uk. Surprised to be sure, but a welcome one.